Welcome back to Unstable. I am Jeff AKA Big Steck, your host. It is Victory Monday, and Colts are coming off back-to-back wins. Couldn't be happier about it. It was a great game. Came down to the wire. But yeah, Victory Monday. And right now, as a pod, we're up to 60 subscribers, so we appreciate it. And we're trying to bump it up. We're trying to grow the show. So please like, share, subscribe, all your Colts fans. This is your home. Make sure you do that for us. We appreciate it. We got the full crew here. Love you. We got the full crew on today. We got Justin Kingmaker _DFF. How you doing, brother?
Man, doing pretty good. Very excited. We saw a lot of good stuff this week. Can't wait to talk about it.
Absolutely. And we got Alex, who is in Florida, is obviously okay.
Oh yeah, we're good. The Siesta Key, a lot of the major damage was the storm surge. We have plenty of experience with it, but there were a lot of people out on the Key that lost a lot. So, it's tough. We had some major roads collapse. We had a road out called Casey Key, a big street out there just collapsed because of all the water basically kind of rushing under the asphalt. So, it's crazy. This is it's not a shock to me. It's this is nature, and we were overdeveloping. That's the whole reason. Concrete doesn't let water come in. Concrete just pushes water off, and we had way too much concrete.
That's what makes me nervous about Houston, man. It's all cement.
Yeah.
Oh man, but I mean, we're all glad you're okay. I know Trevor over at 3rd and Teal is okay. Isaiah was I believe, near Pensacola. So just shitload of rain, wind, but as far as I know, they're all okay. So
yeah,
a lot of people were without power. So our thoughts are still out with everybody, and Georgia, Florida, and they were all hit pretty hard. So
North Carolina too, they got hit really hard. Yeah.
So definitely thoughts out to all of them, to everybody. Hope everybody's okay, and everyone stays safe, and hope you get power back, because Jesus, what a nightmare. So, but Victory Monday, we're happy about it. The Steelers always give the Colts fits, and in this one it was shoe on the other foot. So the Colts took a very early, kind of just came out of the gates strong, fast, exactly what they needed to do, and never really looked back. Yeah, it got close, but they never let up on the lead. So really happy to see it. There's some negatives, so we're not going to finish the show on any negatives. We're gonna get that out of the way first, and then we'll talk about the positives.
Give me the bad news first.
Let's do the bad. We got to talk about play calling. But first, we're going to talk about the injuries.
We have to talk about that?
We're going to talk about the play. We'll talk about the injuries. We know Kelly didn't go. We know Kenny Moore didn't go. Obviously, Buckner's still on IR. Kwity Paye didn't go. Kenny Moore. Am I missing somebody? Kelly.
Juju Brents.
Well, he's pretty much shut down for the year. But yeah, Juju Brents.
Trying to think.
Well, and what's crazy is missing those guys, and the defense still did really good and has done good. So that's pretty promising that, our depth is filling in like that.
Yeah. I mean, the offensive line, I think, didn't really miss a beat. I mean, Kelly's the oldest Colt, if I'm not mistaken, the longest tenured, and, backup came in and did just fine. I can't recall a time where he, got, holding. I can't remember a time where, there was a bad snap or anything like that. It seemed pretty clean. It didn't seem like the offensive line skipped a beat. So there's depth.
Well, that's what you see a lot when the backup lineman comes in. It's just not false start holding, because they're not used to that first offense cadence. He's just backups usually in our situation. It's Joe Flacco, right? So, but you're right, man. It looked pretty good. We're pretty satisfied with that.
Absolutely. So, and then of course Anthony Richardson. This is kind of where we're getting into the negatives. He had that run play. He took a shot in the back. You could obviously tell he was in some discomfort with we looked like lower back, hip. I was hoping it was another kidney thing like, Andrew Luck had. he missed a couple of plays, came back out, and they called, a read option. Anthony Richardson.
I'm sorry. The announcer literally said, yeah, you probably wouldn't, to the extent of you probably wouldn't want to run him here.
Mm-hmm.
Are you fucking kidding me? I'm like irate about this. I don't think like there's enough Colts fans that are as irate about this. Shane Steichen, like, did he just see what he saw from Joe Flacco and was like, you know what? I want him, but I don't want to be criticized for just pulling Anthony Richardson. So I'm going to get him fucking hurt. Like, that's what is going through your mind there. What?
That's what it seemed like. The play calling didn't make sense at all.
Mm-mm. And that's a lot. Through the first 4 games, the play calling hasn't been great. It
was first and goal.
Yeah, like specifically,
run the fucking football up the middle.
Run the ball. Well, but not with Anthony Richardson. So
run it with your $42 million running back, the guy you gave $42 million to last year. Why?
Yeah. We said it before. You paid the man. Get your monies out of him.
Yeah.
My God, like this is like. I am like, I see these, like, I don't see Colts fans talking about it because we won. I don't give a fuck that we won. I would lose every game if it meant our young quarterback would stay healthy and develop properly. But yay, we won. We beat the Steelers. Who gives a fuck? We're not going to keep him safe.
Yeah. Well, the casual fan, that's all they care about, the win and the loss. They don't look at it. They don't look at it in depth of what you're talking about.
And Anthony Richardson was off to probably the best start of the season.
Exactly.
That's what's like. He was throwing 100%. Really well in this game. He completed 3 or 4 passes, 2 big plays to Pittman, who really hasn't shown up through the first few games. So to see
if he did it last week or the week before, I would have been like, well, this was like a blessing in disguise. He can maybe sit for a little bit and calm down. But
like he was off to easily the best start of the season in this game, and it was against.
He was putting together everything that we've been talking about the whole season.
Yeah, the Steelers came into this game ranked first. So for him to put up those numbers and to perform the way that they did, it's very frustrating to see him get hurt and then come out of the game the way that he did, especially on just bad play calling.
They ran a quarterback draw when he didn't get hurt. They ran a quarterback draw up the middle on 3rd and 6 into the teeth of the defense.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you doing? Like, do they not? Is he not thinking? If I was Irsay, I would have maybe fired him after that. Like, I'm not even kidding. I would have fired Steichen. I mean, I have my reasons, but after that, like, that's your franchise quarterback, and you're putting him deliberately in danger after he was just hurt.
Yeah.
What?
And like, to really touch on more on play calling, there was that huge fumble. Justin Fields, he ran backwards like 20 yards for some reason. Dropped, I think it was on like the Colts 40, 45, something like that. Mm-hmm. Maybe it was even closer. I can't remember exactly where, but Justin Fields fumbles it, coughs it up, defense recovers. 1st and 10, Colts territory. They drop Flacco back. Obviously, they're going to be coming after you. They're going to try to knock you out of field goal range. That's what happened. Takes a sack. You have to pick up the yardage, so they pass it again. It's 3rd and 7, and they run it up the middle with Jonathan Taylor.
Throwing down.
What the fuck are we doing? Picked up a few yards, and then Matt Guy shanks it. Fuck. It's like, what are we doing here? And I was like, man, Shane Steichen is going to coach this game to a loss.
Like, we didn't I would understand if they're like, you know what, we're going to be conservative here. We don't want to knock ourselves out of field goal range, or like we want to get more, like a few more yards for him.
Mm-hmm.
But like, they gained 3 yards on the rush. It's not like they like somehow like pushed him into field goal range. They could have kicked it from 56 or whatever instead of 54, 57. And he's probably still would have missed it because he shanked that, which is Matt Gay. Like, there's a Matt Gay, like cut Matt Gay train.
There's
right now, I've been seeing a lot of cut Matt Gay.
I saw a post actually that said,
doing well,
but he's not
doing awesome, but
no, they're trying to talk about a quarterback controversy. There isn't one. I'll get to it in a minute. We're going to get into the positives, and then I'll talk about Flacco. But
yeah, it's Joe Flacco started.
They're saying that there's no quarterback controversy. This is Anthony Richardson's team. He needs to develop. Why are we talking about the kicker controversy? Like, I can't remember his name. What's his name? Spencer Schrader, the kicker on the practice squad.
Oh yeah.
Like he was dropping 50s. It's like, why are we talking about a kicker controversy here?
Because they paid Matt Gay all that money.
Who gives a shit?
That's the one player. They're using that logic of we paid you, we're going to use you on the kicker, but they're not using the same logic on Jonathan Taylor.
He can't hit a kick. If it's like 35, he's missing it. Like this is worse than when we had fucking Specs. Like I thought we were done with the kicker controversy. You paid this kicker. He was great with the Rams, and he's a fucking basket case that can't make anything over 35. Like I'll eat crow if he can come out and hit a couple of 50s. Okay, maybe it was just the injury and coming back from it. But
I mean, this year he's 3 of 3 from 30 to 39. His only misses are from 50 plus.
Still, well, I was right.
I don't understand like that. You don't give up on a kicker who was only missing from 50 plus.
But look at all these other kickers that are. Look at all these other kickers though that are draining these 50s.
But he only
the
has
highest
2
paid
opportunities from 50 plus. Like
still, and
I don't really see what people are so upset about here. He hasn't missed an extra point.
Yeah.
I mean, it's 2 misses. This is 2 misses that we're looking at. This is getting a little.
Preseason
I don't agree with you guys on this. He's
Yeah.
He's 60% field goal percentage, but he's only kicked 5 field goals.
He wasn't that great last year, though, either.
He won the game against Baltimore for us.
There was one hit. We're talking about like 80% completion last year or something. It wasn't
now. 55-yarder. How do you feel about Matt Gay running out there to hit the game winner, 55 yards?
What else are we going to do? I mean, you send him out there.
You send him out there. I don't feel good
about it. Yeah, due to lack of options. But in your head, you're like, well, we'll see how this goes. You know, you don't feel like Justin Tucker. You're like, oh, this is money. We got this.
But Justin Tucker is Justin Tucker. Like
I'm sorry. I understand that. Yeah.
50-yarders are not.
There's a difference.
They're 50-yarders. Like they're not gimmies.
Okay.
Like I don't understand. Yes, they make them more.
Let me ask you this: you've got Matt Gay, and I think it was the Falcons where Young Hoku, whatever you say his name, comes out and hits like a 68-yarder. Okay, are you going to trot out Matt Gay to hit that? What are you paying him for then? Like, I'm not saying that 68 is a money shot, but god damn, dude, this is what these kickers are doing nowadays, and it's like we can't trust. Like if it's 50 plus and we're like, oh god, Matt Gay, like you're looking the other way.
I mean, I expect there's around like obviously we're paying him a lot, but when any kicker goes for 50, even when it's Tucker, I don't always expect them to make it. I mean, it's not easy for these guys. Like I know they make it look easy, but 50 is not very consistent. I'm curious what the percentages around the league from 50 plus.
It's got to be good this year. I've seen a lot of 50s, and they've just been like, they could have kicked it from 60 and been fine. Like these kickers have been ridiculous this year.
Just hit like it's 50 something.
Yeah, I think. Let me see.
Jesus, yeah, this is absurd. So far, that was week one. I just need to see all year.
Yeah, Nick Folk has had 2 50s in this game, I think. It's going on right now. I think he had a 52 and a 53 in this game hit. Let me see.
Let me pull up this.
Well,
Sanders has a 56.
Alex, let me ask you something. So at what point, how many more misses, let's say outside the 40, if he has 2 more misses outside the 40 in the next 3 weeks, are you changing your tune a little bit? And I'm not trying to sit here and make you believe that Matt Gay's a bad kicker. I'm genuinely curious. Like, at what point do you start to panic and say, "Crap, don't send Matt Gay out there"?
I don't know. I
don't mean to put you on the spot.
No. I know. No, I know. Yeah. I mean, if he misses a couple in the next 3, like the other question is who else are you going to go get that's better, that's better? Would you rather cut this guy who's still not like they're not? This isn't like awful. Like this is not like this is not Goggles in comparison. Like Goggles was a lot worse, I think, towards the end. I mean, I think like he missed like 3 field goals in that Texans game that we tied,
and he punted it out of bounds twice.
Oh yeah, he punted
kickoff. I'm sorry, kickoff.
Kickoff. Yeah,
2 kickoffs out of bounds. It was rough.
Yeah, he went down.
Who else are you going to go get? Is the question.
Well, I mean, they got Schrader on the practice squad, and he was doing
Pat
really good.
Looks like he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah, no shit.
He was there. He did look in good shape.
Yeah,
like I'm not saying that I'm not saying that they need to be done with Matt Gay. I'm saying that there's a little cause for concern is kind of where I'm going with it.
Oh yeah, it's definitely not something like you look away from, but these like cut Matt Gay people are crazy.
At least not
like you don't cut him yet. Like that's just
that's
dumb, and especially that's not good for the team. That's not consistent. You don't exactly have consistency there. And ever since Vinatieri, we have
9.9 mil this year, so you ain't cutting him.
Yeah,
I mean, he's better. Like you said, he's better than any of the options that are out there. So
exactly.
It just sucks that he's on our team, you know. But whenever he goes out there, you just kind of hold your breath, and it's like 60%. You know, it's not great odds.
Yeah. So
I don't trust the freaking AI thing because Google gives the AI answers. I don't trust what they have to say.
I mean, does nobody remember Terminator?
I know, right? So last year in 2023, NFL kickers made 62% of field goals attempted from 50 yards or more. I know that's not 24, but I can't get a straight answer on that.
It's all right. I mean, I'm with you. Like anything outside the 50 is hard. Like that's not a chip shot, as they said.
No. Like,
so I'm with you on that.
I probably can't run out there and kick a 15-yarder.
A proven kicker, though.
But that's exactly why you give him a little bit of the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah.
With this, especially it's early. It's early in the year. Like it could just take time, and if he continues to really, really suck, then you eventually say bye. Like this isn't worth it. This is not time yet.
And you do got to believe that. I mean, he had that groin injury that he's got to be. There's might still be a little bit of discomfort. There might something might just be a little off with the mechanics. So I'm not saying we need to get rid of Matt Gay. I'm just saying, like, man, this is it's on your radar. But I don't know if you have any other negative takeaways from this game.
I mean, the defense just got soft again. Kind of, they got very complicit. It seemed kind of in the second half. So we were up 17-3 after we missed the field goal, and then they drove down, scored the touchdown. But then who would have thought that Joe Flacco and Justin Fields would be going touchdown for touchdown in the year 2024? But they were. We were up 24-10 at one point, and we just really couldn't stop them. It was very weird. But you never really felt like the game was out of hand as well. Like it was like, okay, even when it got to 27-3 or 27-24, I was like, okay, I think we can still shut this one down. So there was a little bit of confidence, at least in the defense.
In a weird way, I was kind of at peace with Joe Flacco out there, and I hope Colts fans don't come at me with this, with my lack of AR love by saying that. It doesn't mean I don't like AR. Don't get me wrong, but you got Joe Cool out there who's been in every situation a pro quarterback can be in. There's nothing this man hasn't seen. Yeah. So when he's out there, he's not afraid of pressure. He's seen it all. He's not afraid to put that ball in a tight window because he can do it, and he's done it at a high level. Former Super Bowl MVP high level. I don't think it gets higher than that. So
he's elite, man. We all know this.
I heard the argument for Hall of Fame. I think I don't know, man.
Look, I'll stand on the hill with Eli Manning.
I would put him in before Eli Manning.
See, it'd be Eli and Flacco just below him. I think they're not first ballot, but they'll get it. Man, that 2013 Flacco run was spectacular. I mean, he had to go into Denver with Manning. He had to go into Foxborough with Tom Brady, and then he had to beat the 9. And he was stellar in that playoff run. It was an unbelievable run.
He beat us.
Yeah.
That's the one where power went out in New Orleans, wasn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he did it in the dark.
It was crazy. It was a hell of a run by Flacco.
I can't tell you how excited I was when he stepped out on that field. Like, again, I'm very with you, Justin. I hope people don't come after me, but it was just so nice to have consistency. You knew what you expected. You knew he was going to drop back and he was going to be able to hit his short passes, which was awesome. I feel like I haven't seen
that calming feeling.
Yeah,
you could breathe a little bit.
When he drops back, you're not holding your breath. You're not like,
is this gonna be a pick?
If you're a Colts fan who doesn't hold his breath when Richardson drops back, you're not watching the games. Like you're not watching.
Do you even football, bro?
Like, okay, is this gonna is this gonna be like a 50-yard dime, or is he gonna sail a 10-yard pass? Like, what are we gonna get on this play?
I don't know. But we mentioned it. He was actually looking really good.
Yeah,
and
he started
off
off really good.
You were pretty happy with what you saw. Him and Pittman had a strong connection early on, and it's too bad that didn't continue.
Yeah,
but I was just finally glad to see Pittman get some action, man. Like, he had so much production last year with Minshew, and has had such a slow start with AR this year, and then Flacco's finding him for over 100 yards, and I don't know. I mentioned it to you earlier, Jeff. Like, is Pittman better with every other quarterback except Anthony Richardson?
Yeah. It's, Pittman looked really good with Anthony Richardson at the beginning of this game. I think there was a 30-yarder and a 20-yarder or something like that to start the game.
Yeah, the first the first play of each drive was big passes. They got him started.
Very nice.
It was good. They looked really good. And, just talking about Anthony Richardson's injury, it looked like he kind of there's a bright side. It didn't look severe. There's a good chance he starts next, I guess this week against Jacksonville. I mean, there's a bright side. You want him to get the reps.
I'm saying maybe Joe could be the answer right now.
But you have to believe that if there's pain and there's whatever, even if it's not severe, they might rest Anthony Richardson another week, feel comfortable with Joe Flacco. Right now, we're not getting into preview, but the Jaguars look like shit. So it's a good week to maybe put Flacco out there if Richardson is still in pain. Same thing with Jonathan Taylor. It looked like they averted kind of disaster on that one. It's a very mild high ankle sprain. I don't know if he'll play against Jacksonville, but there's a chance that he will. He said he felt good. So
I don't know if you play him, I don't know how much load I would give him.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe lean him a little bit more on Trey Sermon, or I'll never say Goodson. That guy's dead to me. But you've got all these weapons, man, that you can use. We have totally underutilized our tight ends this year. Let's start using them a little bit more,
Ogletree.
There's more weapons other than there you go.
Ogletree.
Will Mallory. Where's Will Mallory at? Where's my guy?
Oh, he's healthy scratches, man.
I hate healthy scratches. Just they're on the active roster. Why are they healthy scratch? Let them see that.
I think one thing not a lot of people are talking about is Taylor's production went down like almost immediately after Richardson left the game.
Oh yeah,
and that's a clear. Like, even if you don't run Richardson, his impact is clear with his ability to run. Just the threat terrifies these teams. And I mean, Taylor was gashing them. And that is what's so maddening to me, because Taylor was gashing them. He was destroying them on those drives, and they still didn't run him on that second. I mean, there's no reason to not run him there on first down. There just isn't. There's absolutely no reason.
And this might have been Shane Steichen kind of like out coaching himself. They'll never expect
he does that
Anthony
every
Richardson.
week. Does that every week.
They'll never expect Richardson after the injury to run the ball again.
Yeah, the announcer didn't expect it.
Brilliant.
Why did I I was like sitting there watching it, and I was like, I wish that announcer didn't say that. I wish he did.
You just jinxed it. You just jinxed it.
Yeah, you had to say it. Yeah,
just had to say it. But I don't think there was
mention the no-hitter.
I don't think there was any better beneficiary to Joe Flacco than Josh Downs. Man, he was the safety outlet. You said it in the fantasy preview. Go and look for Josh Downs. Homeboy puts up 82 yards and a touchdown, and he looked fantastic. Like, he looked really good in this game.
Friggin' 11 receptions for Josh Downs. That's awesome.
8.
Huh?
8.
I mean, sorry. That's on the year. I'm sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So 11 on the year, and he got 8 just in this game.
Yeah.
Like, that's – come on.
Wait, what?
Oh, I just can't believe he had 11 receptions on the year. And then, I mean, it's not a shock.
8 of them from –
Yeah.
Because every other one was like over his head or trying to be thrown through his body.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that makes sense.
And Joe Flacco, like there was some 3rd and longs. And again, I'm not trying to knock Anthony Richardson. I'm just saying there were 3 3rd and longs in this game that I'm like, yeah, we're going to punt. And then all of a sudden, boom, down to downs, boom, like Flacco was fucking dealing, man. It was nice to see. It was refreshing.
Wasn't scared.
Mm-hmm.
But what's nice is Flacco's at that stage in his career where he's at the end and he knows at the end, so he doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And that's kind of nice to have, because it's like you saw that with Ryan Fitzpatrick for all those years. Like every team he was on for like the past 7 years, he's like, oh, this is the last one. I don't give a shit. Let's let it rip. Yeah. And then no contract. 2 years later, new contract. Imagine how life would be different if instead of Matt Ryan, we had Joe Flacco.
No, man. There was
I think there's like 10 teams you could probably say, why are you starting? Why didn't you go out and sign Joe Flacco right now?
Yeah.
They're probably all.
And it was like obvious to go out and sign Joe Flacco after the year he had last year, and they still didn't.
The Titans are bouncing back and forth between Levis and Mason Rudolph right now. So.
Oh, Jesus.
What about Denver? Like, who do you even have there? Flacco would have been perfect for Denver.
Let Bo Nix play behind Joe Flacco. But I guess they were probably too scared with the signing Russell Wilson. They didn't want to take another risk on another veteran. So I can understand being a little gun shy.
But there was the post game Joe Cool. Did you watch the post game, Alex? Yeah. His little interview. Oh my God.
Yeah.
He comes out and he's like, "Do you ever age?" And he goes, he's like, "Yeah."
Just a goofball.
He's such a goofball.
And let me say, he has aged like fine wine. Just not even his play, but also his looks. He's a handsome gentleman.
Well, minus the molestache era. That wasn't a good look.
Yeah, he needed to cut that off.
Yeah, that wasn't. That's never a good look.
In that same interview, he is a goofball. In that same interview, they're like, "Oh, Anthony Richardson says that you're a cool guy," and he's like, "Look, his mom is 8 days older than me. There's no fucking way that Anthony Richardson thinks I'm a cool guy."
Yeah. Joe Flacco just being real. He's like, "Look, you guys are full of shit. He doesn't think I'm cool. He thinks I'm old and washed."
Like I'm a legend in his eyes. It's like I'm still playing. He doesn't understand it. But man, for him to come out and wheel and deal in this game against a really good Steelers defense, man, that's why he's the insurance policy. I mean, that's why he was there. God damn.
And when you think about it, our offense is kind of built well for Flacco. All the weapons, great offensive line, elite running back. How does a Joe Flacco not succeed on this offense? But Anthony Richardson's your franchise. If he's healthy, please don't rush him back, guys. Please don't rush him back. If he's healthy and really ready to go, then bring him back. But Joe Flacco's already proven that safety blanket while Richardson heals up. Okay? Use the safety blanket. Don't be an idiot.
Yeah, well, if he's, still in a little bit of pain, you put him out there against Jacksonville, and the first play that you're going to call, I'm going to run Anthony Richardson.
I can already see it if he steps out on that Jacksonville field. Also, TIAA Bank, just like how gross the field looks. Like the paint is always kind of faded there. Yeah. I could absolutely see Anthony Richardson going down, like holding his leg or something on that field specifically.
They still have rats in their concession stands. They have it.
Oh, they 100% do. Oh, my God.
Wow. Amon-Ra St. Brown just threw a touchdown pass to Jared Goff.
What the heck?
Whoa, what?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't have that.
That was a good catch by Goff, too. He was covered and he caught it.
Did not have that on my
I went and got Goff in Superflex leagues because I was like, dude, the Lions just have such a good did they miss that PAT? Oh, no, they barely got it. Okay. But, yeah, I'm sorry. I just saw that, and I was like, did that just happen?
Jeez.
Those are the kind of things we can do in Indianapolis.
Yeah.
You would think.
You talked about it, lining up Richardson and putting Joe Flacco out there. There you go. Not to catch the ball. Anthony Richardson to catch the ball. Let's be clear.
Joe to catch the ball.
Oh, God. If that's not
Jesus.
ESPN's top 10,
Nobody
I
would
don't know
expect
what
it.
is.
Nobody.
Anthony
would expect
Richardson touchdown pass.
Like a Peyton Manning bootleg. Nobody is going to bite on that.
Joe ran for, I think it was short of a first down, but he ran for one, or maybe he did get the first down. He had a little run. I jumped up from my couch. I was like, let's go. Come on, Joe.
3 big yards.
Joe Wheels, baby.
Yeah, he had a 4-yard run.
Yeah. and also, you see how he slid, Anthony.
Yes.
Just saying.
What was that?
He looked indecisive.
It's like he was trying to sit down and crisscross applesauce in the middle of the play.
He looked like he wasn't
Full
sure
speed.
if he should slide or not. I guarantee you.
I think the instinct of him wanting to go shoulder first, and then there was they're going to be mad I should slide, and then he kind of did both.
Yeah,
it was
like
awkward.
Daddy Steiger's gonna be mad at me.
And so I think someone said that it was a late hit. I didn't really think that was a late hit. It looked like he was like,
there was nothing he could do.
Because he never really slid. He never really like.
He just took a knee in front.
Right.
Yeah, like the guy was flying in.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was not.
I've never seen anybody take a knee at full speed.
That was weird. Like there was nothing the defender could do, but you could even see him like really pull up and like he avoided blasting him. So there were times in this game. We already got the negatives. I'm not going to talk about the shitty officiating, but it was bad.
Why does that always come up every week?
You know what?
With multiple teams.
I'm just saying, roughing the passer on Fields.
On these guys.
That was not roughing the passer on Fields. And I'm not saying that the Colts bias. That was not roughing. It was a tackle.
If it was, then the one they had that Houston hit Richardson, that
his helmet came off.
And if it's not, then the Richardson call is correct. But by the rule, that was because he used his body weight, which is like, how are you supposed to not use your body weight to tackle a quarterback?
Yeah, he tackled him.
Yeah,
he didn't
body tackling. Yeah.
I really
the
think
other guy slammed his head into the ground. Like that was a lot more egregious than the Fields one.
Yeah.
I really think that if the refs just think like the more violent the hit, they're gonna call it anyways for no reason. Like even if they do everything right, if it just looks violent, if he like hits the ground hard, they're gonna call it. I think that's where we're at.
You're gonna get the call if you give him a pillow and a blanket and a little bedtime bottle. You're gonna still get the call.
Yeah,
and I think that's actually a good opportunity to shift to how good the defense was. Like they had that backbreaker, and it's just that drive felt like it was going to completely 180. They had them stuffed. They had the sack. They did everything right. All of a sudden, what I think is a bull crap call. I'm like, God damn, they're going to let up 7. They're going to let up the touchdown here, and they held them to a punt. So the defense did a lot of good work in this game, being down all the players that they were. No Kwity Paye, obviously, no Kenny Moore. In this secondary, I really thought was just going to get torn apart. And I mean, they did let up another 300 yards, but I'm willing to give it up, man, if it means you come away with a win. They looked really good.
Everything seemed to unravel after that weird fumble Fields had, where like he refused to go down, and then they held strong. That was like that's the bend but don't break mentality that Gus Bradley has tried to instill for as long as I feel like we've done that since Chris Ballard. Really, the bend but don't break mentality, and nice. Get a fucking stop, please.
I just want to see them.
I want them to stop.
I agree. I just want to see them put their fucking foot down on their throat and end the game. Like just put like the dagger. Just end the game, put it out of reach, and be done with it. And I
don't know what the numbers are, but the pass rush was fantastic.
Yeah.
I thought they were great.
Yeah. Let me pull up. They had a lot. Man, they had a lot of sacks.
Yeah, I mean, they did exactly what we said that they needed to do as a key on defense. And they put pressure on Justin Fields all game long.
Oh, yeah.
And that showed, and it helped because as far as rushing goes, they contained him. I mean, you can't ask for much more on that when you're containing Justin Fields to 55 yards on the ground. Now, yes, you got 2 touchdowns, but they were short runs.
Does everyone just look fat in Steelers uniforms? I got to ask that because
Najee
everybody
Harris
looks fat except for George Pickens. George Pickens looks skinny. Everyone else looks fat. I didn't know Cordell Patterson was that fat.
Najee
I don't remember him being that fat.
He's actually fat now, though.
He gained a lot of weight.
Has he put on weight? Because I feel like he was not that fat like just last year.
Yeah, ever since he was running the ball in Atlanta, he started putting on a little weight.
Yeah, he looked skinny in Atlanta. Like he was more wide receiver. And now it's like he looks like a fucking lineman or something. Like, what the hell? Like, that's Cordell Patterson. Like, damn, he went to a few too many buffets, bro.
He's a new bust.
Darnell Washington, too. Oh, my God. That guy is – he's not even fat. He's just a fucking monster.
He's a massive man, yeah.
I watched him run. I was like, who the fuck is this guy? Why is he not, like, the center of the offense?
It didn't even dawn on me that was Patterson. Like
really?
Patterson. I'm like, who is this big motherfucker? I'm like, Patterson. And then I looked at the statue. I'm like, Cordero Patterson. That's him. That's
Najee Harris. I thought Najee Harris looked fat too.
Oh, he's the slowest motherfucking running back. I swear.
he's the slowest running back that can also like gash you. I don't know what.
I don't understand it. He's very slow.
It's like he's saving his energy for one super run.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so Tyquan Lewis got in for a sack or half a sack. Grover half a sack. How about Grover getting those hands up, deflected a pass? He channeled his inner DeForest Buckner. Dio Odengbo had a sack and a half. Blackman had half a sack, and Lamons. And how about EJ Speed?
Blackman had a good game.
Oh yeah, 13 tackles.
I'm just happy Nick Cross didn't lead the team in tackles. Thank God he didn't lead the team in tackles.
I'm just glad Nick Cross isn't tackling Josh Downs anymore.
Yeah,
that's important too. Thank God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised to see AJ Speed. I mean, I think he's still leading the league in tackles. He had another 13 in this one. Zaire Franklin 9, which is still respectable. Like, I think the Colts have 2 or 3 of the top 5 tacklers at least going into this game, so they're getting it done, at least tackling wise. You know, it just depends on how far downfield the running back has been for them to get the tackle. But
yeah, EJ Speed and Nick Cross are tied for the lead in tackles right now in the NFL at 47.
That's nice.
EJ is leading in solo though, 34.
That's surprising. And I've honestly been really surprised with Jalen Jones. I thought he's done really well. I think he was on Pickens most of the game, and they let up a few, but he also had a really – who got that fumble on Pickens? Was that Blackman?
Oh, I think that was Blackman. I thought that was him.
I think that was, because I think it was Jalen Jones on the coverage who just kind of – he went in for a good tackle, and then Pickens just ducked it. So he kind of flew over him, and then he went out like he was holding it like a loaf of bread. And I think it was Blackman that came in and batted it out, or he recovered it. One of the two, I can't remember.
I have that must be the thing that like just drives Mike Tomlin crazy when Pickens does that, because he's done it a few times. It drives me crazy if I see our guys do it. Luckily I don't see our guys do it, but holding the football like a loaf of bread just is fucking ridiculous to me.
Especially where they were on the field. Like they were just like
in the red zone.
Like, and I said it in our preview, like these are the games that Tomlin wins because they can grind out these kind of ugly games. Like Tomlin is really good at winning ugly games. And the Steelers were the ones that played ugly, which is really like turnovers, like mistakes by Fields that he hadn't made all season, that Pickens fumble. Like even Jalen Jones almost had another pick in this game. So the Steelers were the ones that played ugly. And
would you take him as a head coach? I would take him as a head coach in a heartbeat. Yeah.
I don't like him because of what he's done to the Colts in the past.
Don't think about that.
Bitter. There's not
bitter, but just as a coach, I mean, winning 17 straight winning seasons, and look at the teams that he's had at least the last 5-6 years that he is just. I mean, he had Mason Rudolph start a playoff game. Am I right? Like you have Mason Rudolph start a playoff.
That's
game.
all coaching,
right?
Mm-hmm. That's all coaching.
I mean, there's things that he's done in the past. Like there was I think it was oh God, what's his name? Where he stepped onto the field and blocked the kick returner from scoring.
Oh, Jacoby Jones.
Jacoby Jones. That was bullshit. Right. He was watching the monitor the whole time and did that. That was
Like he knew where he
move
was.
by Tomlin.
Like you're watching the screen, you know where you're at because you see yourself in the monitor.
I don't care about that stuff. I'm just saying, as a coach, I would take him in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
He somehow managed Big Ben, AB, and Le'Veon Bell all at the same time. He should go to the Hall of Fame just because of that.
Yeah, just imagine those personalities.
If he goes to the Hall of Fame on no other merit, look how long I had to put up with Antonio Brown.
Think
and
about
no
the
one
offense,
knew.
though.
No one knew that he was psychotic.
Big Ben isn't exactly easy to deal with. Le'Veon Bell wasn't either.
You were able to start Le'Veon Bell and Antonio Brown in your fantasy leagues for years.
Yeah.
That's Mike Tomlin's offense right there.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to be able to start the running back and a receiver on the same team in fantasy football. You're not supposed to, but you could do it and not think about it.
Yeah. Oh, I had, I think like 2017 or something. I had both of them, and I just tore through the league. It wasn't even fair. Like, it was awesome. I remember I was like, I'm a fucking genius. I picked these two.
Yeah, like Kyle Shanahan's Falcons offense, where you had Tevin Coleman and Devonta Freeman. You could start both running backs.
Yeah,
that shit don't make sense. That's not supposed to do that in fantasy football.
It's almost like what you can do with the Lions now, with what they have with Montgomery and Gibbs. Like you can almost do that with them.
Yeah,
Jesus, Tennessee.
Exactly.
Sorry, no need to interrupt that.
No spoilers. Oh yeah,
that's relevant. They're in the AFC South. That's relevant.
Well, who's their quarterback right now?
Who's
Tennessee?
Huntley.
I think it's
I'm sorry, Mason Rudolph. Yeah.
Because I'm looking at like the last drives. I barely even see his name. Like they're running it. They're doing direct snaps to the running back.
Like I don't know what they're doing, but somehow it's 22-6. I don't see any touchdowns.
They're doing what I told Austin that they should do is use Pollard and use Spears like that. That's exactly what you need to be doing. You've got two great scat backs, or not great, but two very talented scat backs, and you need to use them that way.
They do have 30 carries in the game.
Yeah,
they're just pounding it at Miami.
The plays are Mason Rudolph incomplete pass on 3rd and 11. That was their last drive. But Pollard up the middle, Spears to right tackle, Calvin Ridley to the left end, Spears right tackle, Spears right tackle. Drive before that, Spears, Brunskill. Oh, Spears again. Pollard. I mean, they're just like we can't throw the football. We're just not able to throw it.
Well,
they're the 1950 Bears.
Listen to this show, and that makes me happy.
Oh man, but yeah, let's see, Colts. It was really good defense, like you said. It seemed like they kind of let off the gas there in the fourth quarter, which, they Gus Bradley has that tendency to kind of go into that prevent defense, and I'm not saying that there was a big lead and they whatever, but it feels like it every time. It's like they just do what you did in the first quarter. Like, why do you make it so hard? Why are you making it so hard on yourself? Like, bring in 5. Keep bringing 5 or 6. Like,
is that Irsay? He needs the like adrenaline boost because
Jesus,
he can't do the other stuff with.
Yeah.
Maybe he just needs that. Maybe that's his adrenaline boost now. That's his drug, making it close.
That's his drug. Yeah.
I can't do any more rails. God damn it. Blast off. I need the heart pounder. Jesus Christ. But yeah,
at least we don't have a boring owner.
I'm happy to have him. I think he's awesome. He's hilarious.
Because he's taking bumps and smashing salutes.
Like you want
Jerry Jones does that too.
You want the people who own Walmart to own the Colts, like the Broncos? Like, no, I want Jim Irsay walking out there in front of his plane with his cane, like holding his cane or a walker.
Oh, yeah.
Being like, we did it, boys. We did it today. We got it. Like, that's
big
what I want.
I'd put $100. I'd put $100 that inside Irsay's cane, he's got a vial of that angel dust.
It's like there's a little bag in
there. Who checks an old man's cane though? Think about that. That's genius. Who checks an old man's cane?
That's true.
Irsay, you're welcome, buddy.
Jesus Christ. He's like, I'm already ahead of you. Tap. What?
Hey,
I've actually had the
drinking.
privilege. I've had the privilege of seeing him like after the game, because when I go to the Jacksonville games, we always go by the team bus, and he always does his speech. I always I'm dying laughing. I'm in one of his Twitter videos after I think it was after the Matt Ryan year when we got our asses kicked. And he is just he's just so funny. He just walks out there, takes a step off the golf cart, and he's like, well, guys, it wasn't the win. It's a little Trumpish, to be honest. Like his mannerisms and what he's doing, a little Trumpish. I love it.
Wasn't the win we wanted.
And then he gives out $100 bills and all the game balls, the Colts game balls.
Everybody likes the Colts. They all say they do.
They're fantastic. They're the best team.
He just didn't go the way we wanted. When we lost to Jacksonville in 21, he was like, this is incredibly disappointing. We failed as an organization, and everyone was just yelling at Jim. I was like, listen, the guy's old. He is. You are the organization, man. Come on.
Yes.
Oh my gosh. So, and I kind of want to end it on this. There was I guess an X or a tweet or a post or whatever you call them now on X from Talking Colts. They said Chris Ballard gets a lot of hate, but where is the credit? His QB was out. 3 of his best defensive linemen were out. 3 of his 5 best defensive linemen were out. His top 2 cornerbacks, his starting center, and longest tenured player. And he equipped his team with depth and the ability to be a 3-0 well-coached team. So, do you want to give credit to Ballard after this? There's a point.
Yeah. I mean, I'll give him credit for the win. What are we going to talk about? No AFC division titles in his reign.
Move past that.
Ryan Grigson had more division titles.
We know why.
In less time. Am I correct? Less time.
We know why.
Yeah.
We know why. There's an asterisk next to that.
A little asterisk. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we know why.
It's been guys, it's been 6 years. I'm not asking you to find a franchise quarterback, but this has been a winnable division for 6 years. The Ryan Tannehill Titans, I would say, were the most dominant team of the division. You have to do it at some point. That means if we played in the North, or even in the East, we would be a lot worse of a team. I think he would have been fired a long time ago if we were in a different division.
I don't know. I'll give him
credit for the win.
I'll give him some credit for this. The corners have looked better. They were without Kenny Moore. The corners have looked better. Jalen Jones was a 6th or 7th round pick, and he's looked really good the last couple of weeks. I don't know, man. And God, who was the other? Who did they start opposite of? Because there was no Dallas Flowers either. What was his name? Was it Womack? Yeah, I think they put Samuel Womack out there.
Right.
Dallas Flowers did play. I thought he was hurt too. I don't know if they were alternating because I saw some Womack. I don't remember seeing much Dallas Flowers though.
How many snaps did he have?
I don't know. I think Womack might have been starting opposite of Jalen Jones. I feel like.
Dude, these Lions uniforms look sick. Why can't we get some cool uniforms?
We have the Indiana Knights, baby.
Oh.
I love those uniforms. He doesn't like. I love them.
They got to bring back the blue face masks. That's my request. Blue face masks.
Yeah,
the Manning and the young
pants,
Manning.
Like the all blue. Do the blue face mask.
Mm-hmm.
The color rush uniforms.
Yeah.
Those aren't bad.
Well, they said the blue pants were supposed to be worn once a year or something a couple years back. But the Colts, I like our uniforms. They're clean, but
they're classic.
Let's do something fun, man. Yeah, they're classic. But there's not saying you can't do something fun.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do
a
the
black
black
jersey or a chrome helmet or something like that,
If they're gonna do the black, they gotta go. I don't think it's difficult. It feels like it's difficult to kind of do the 3 colors
Oh, and
with
Lamons.
black. Like I'm not a big fan of the Indiana Knights. I don't think they look very good. And the jersey is like jersey cotton. Like it's not even like I wanted like black. I didn't want like the jersey cotton, like what you have in college, like the sheets you have in college. Like I wanted like dark black, and they gave us jersey cotton. I was like, well, the helmet and the shirt doesn't even match now.
Oh, and I think they put in Chris Lamons too. I think they elevated him from was it him they elevated from the practice squad? I thought he looked really good too.
Lamons?
Yeah. Chris Lamons.
Freaking, who was calling him Lamons? Somebody was saying his name was Lamons.
Maybe it's Lamons. I don't know. I say Lamons. I don't know.
I think it's Lamons because Lamons is like a French word. It's not spelled French in any way.
He was involved in the Alvin Kamara battery case in Las Vegas.
Oh shit!
That's shocking.
You know him and Ursay are partying.
Jerm Ursay
That's why he's here.
You gotta play.
Ursay needed a wingman.
Jesus.
Things go bad. He's like, Lemons, take the fall. I'll pay you.
Hey, Chris, I need you to get. I need you to put in
Lamons for me. Jesus Christ. He's my guy.
We went out to the club last night, and I promised him some playing time. So you gotta make sure that happens.
I lost a bet.
Lost a bet.
He bet me the private jet and 10 minutes of playing time. So you gotta give it to him.
I let him drive the private jet.
Oh God! Imagine. See Jim Irsay on the plane. When are we leaving? Jim, we've already arrived. What are you talking about? It's a 4-hour flight.
I love you, Jim. I hope you don't take this as we're hating on you.
We love you.
No,
Jim.
we love everything about you. You make it fun. You keep doing you, boo boo.
It's always entertaining. Jesus. All right, guys.
As long as you go get Arch Manning, I don't care if you commit murder. Just go get
his mugshot is hilarious too. He's got like some really funny pictures out there that are just so funny.
Oh geez.
Oh my God.
I mean, if you're gonna do it, you might as well go all out and just make the goofiest looking mugshot you can. Because what are people already his haters, right? His haters already laugh at him. Like, oh, he's an alcoholic, he's a this, he's a that, whatever. So like, dude, you're rich. You don't give a shit. Just do whatever you want to do. In the mugshot, you want to stick your tongue out, like, do it.
Remember over COVID when he would do like videos from his throne in his house?
Oh,
and he would be sitting like straight upright. And this was when Andrew Luck rumors were swirling that like he was maybe coming back, and he had to like release a video from his throne being like, we are not planning on bringing Andrew back. He does not want to play. We've reached out to him, and it was like, dude, you got to find another chair. This is ridiculous.
Yes, this is not helping you to look any less like a douchebag. Maybe like contact one of your grandkids to watch. Hey, what is this? What does this portray right here? Me
Can
sitting
this
in
be
this
meme?
fancy ass
Can
environment.
this be a meme?
Yeah. Meme me.
If you can't come up with anything good, the video's good.
That's what I was talking about. We were talking about on the AFC South show. Like, he has this ridiculous guitar collection, and I don't know if you guys watched The Office or not. I don't know if y'all watched The Office. Do you remember when they did the auction and it's the black guy singing the blues, the security
Hank,
guard?
yeah.
It's just me and the blues. That's how I picture Jim Irsay.
Oh, and his band.
Have you heard his band?
No, that's just how I picture it.
Oh, you got to check it out. The guy.
I don't know
Jim
why
Irsay,
they're not playing.
Why
are they not playing before every single Colts game? If I was an owner who had a band, they would be the opening
every
act
time
for the Colts game.
Hey, look, and for the next halftime show,
you're Jackie Moon, baby. You own the team. You can do whatever you want to.
Thank you.
But
he should be walking out there with the team in full pads. now, like with his
Why?
cane.
Because you can.
And everyone would be like, "This is a mockery of the game." Colts fans would be like, "No, that's just Jim. That's just what he does.
That's Jim.
Just put himself in at fullback.
Yeah,
like in the longest yard at the end."
Burt Reynolds.
Can you imagine watching Jim Irsay
if Jerry Jones was a larger man, he would have already done that. I will put money on that. Jerry Jones would have already done that if he was a larger man. He would have put himself on the roster on the team.
Oh yeah.
Oh, he'd have been the quarterback.
Jim probably would have done
because he can't stand the fact that Jerry Jones. I mean, he can't stand the fact that he can't be on the field and throw the pass. It's like, look, motherfucker, you're already calling the plays from your owner's box.
You're calling the plays. You're picking up the plays.
You're already the GM.
You are literally the GM. You're doing everything.
Yeah, you're everything. I can't wait till those fuckers gone. Well, no, you know what? Steven Jones probably gonna do the same shit. Like, hire a GM. But I gotta give him credit. He's made some weird decisions, but it worked out. So I gotta give him a little credit on that one. But Jerry Jones is the reason I don't like the Cowboys. But anyway, back to Jim Irsay, the number one partier, just fist bumping and nose bumping and everything else.
Can you imagine watching Jim trot out in uniform and like tapping Anthony Richardson on the shoulder and being like, "You're gone. Yeah, I'm running this play.
You're out, buddy."
Yeah.
Like we cut Sam Ellinger so I could be on the roster. I'm going in for one
exactly.
play.
I'm running the read option here.
Just seeing Jim in that fucking like those super tight ass jerseys they got now. Like, can you imagine?
Oh
that?
yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Wow.
He looked like Mr. Burns. I don't know if
you know what?
Watch The Simpsons when he gets his painting done.
Oh, hey, Jim Irsay would be the one person to have come back with like the old school jersey, the one that had like the mesh holes and everything. He would bring that shit out.
The Manning, like the way Manning wore it too, like where they would like they weren't wrapped around his arm. That was like so like Peyton Manning. It was so like commanding. You're like, you can't say no to this guy. This guy is
very old school.
Okay.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I remember being in high school and we had those loose jerseys like that. We were like rolling them up and using a tape to keep them up tight and stuff. And and Peyton's just like, fuck you guys. I'm gonna let it rip.
There was
I'm the sheriff, baby.
If you just saw and you like blurred out the image of them, like of what team they were on and their name and everything, Peyton Manning, Eli Manning, and Arch Manning all have that weird genetics, same goofy ass swag. No, but it's like the same job. It's the same thing.
We've never seen Manning with swag, and Arch has it. I mean, did you see the selly he did after he threw that
outside of Archie?
No, but they all have the same goofy trot though. It's the genetics thing. It's the same goofy ass trot. They all have the same
but you know what? Like, as slow as Peyton was, he had that stride. And I saw Arch had that stride when he had that long, what was it, like 60, 70-yard run or whatever?
Yeah.
He had the Peyton stride, but he's just so much faster. I mean, so much faster. It's like Peyton, but in fast forward is what Arch Manning looks like running.
I mean, rumor has it Peyton Manning is still running for the end zone on that play.
He hasn't gotten there.
Oh, on that bootleg against Dallas?
The one that's off the 2-yard line and he's still running?
He's still running.
He does like the fake handoff and he's literally like, I thought he was walking.
He faked out the whole stadium.
He's not going to run the ball. And the defense is like.
When you watch the clip, you're like,
so
I think
slow.
I'll sit there and I'm like, is he still going? I'm like, shouldn't he be there by now?
I feel like he should already be a touchdown.
He takes such a wide turn, too. He's like going like, I think he gets back to like the 15-yard, like the 10, 15-yard line. That's how far he goes back.
He so like booted. That was the biggest boot of a bootleg you could possibly do. Yeah. He booted the shit out of that bootleg.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It worked.
Call that the work.
Credits due.
Hell yeah. That's why Peyton's a GOAT.
He is the GOAT. He had them wheels, baby. Fuck you, Tom Brady. Fuck you, Tom.
and my argument with the Tom and Peyton thing, I know this is off topic, but the easiest job in the NFL for the longest time was being one of two jobs, either Peyton Manning's quarterback coach or Peyton Manning's offensive coordinator. Because Peyton Manning called his own plays. And if you're Peyton Manning's quarterback coach, What the fuck you gonna teach him?
Yeah.
What the fuck you gonna tell Peyton Manning?
It's like the lifeguards,
Nothing.
the Olympic swimming. You're getting paid to do fucking nothing.
Yeah, enjoy your paycheck. Sit there and shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like his backup. Just sit down and shut the hell up. I'm looking at you, Curtis Painter.
There's a reason why Curtis Painter was the backup, because you didn't need a good one, so you went and got the shitty one for cheap.
It's like he didn't learn a fucking thing either.
Nothing.
It was so bad.
It's like, hey kids, your time, and he's like, take a lollipop out of his mouth and got duty diaper. Like, what the fuck are you doing?
Wait, what? I have to play?
No, guys, I'm the backup. I'm the backup.
I'm the backup. I just sit on the bench. I hold this clipboard.
He's eating fucking nachos on the bench.
What?
Somebody give me a Diet Coke.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, talk about shit in the bed.
Oh, God. What a place to end the episode. Curtis Painter shit in the bed.
That's all right. We'll have Arch Manning in a couple of years. It'll all be good, Colts fans.
It'll all be all right. Well, hopefully we don't need him and Anthony Richardson pans out.
I'll take him anyway. He's a Manning.
Yeah.
I would trade, if I could get Arch and the rights to every future Manning for the rest of time, I think I would trade Anthony Richardson right now.
Fair enough.
It's the genetics. You can't fail with Manning genetics.
Yeah.
Just make sure you get Arch to have a couple kids.
If by some crazy way we do end up with Arch Manning, does Peyton Manning come back as a coach?
I would love it.
Or as a special advisor. Arch Manning and Peyton Manning have been having
the
Peyton
GM, baby,
coaching him.
The GM.
I think the only problem
he's going to draft 8 quarterbacks every year of the draft.
I think the problem is the organization.
You got to throw the ball, guys.
Manning has beef with the organization. I think it does have to do with Jim too. I mean, the way he went out, he felt
way they
wrong.
The luck issue, I feel that.
But what the hell are you supposed to do?
I can see both sides though, because
okay, if there wasn't a luck, then you keep Peyton.
Right.
If there wasn't a luck, you
obviously luck.
Right. But you give up Peyton for luck, and you don't fucking help luck. You just let the kid get hurt all the time.
Yeah.
And that's why Grayson was a shit GM.
You just made this huge mistake because he went off to win a Super Bowl. Let's not forget that. He went off to win a Super Bowl, appeared in 2 with another team. So he's out there with the new girlfriend looking fine as hell. And then this girlfriend, you're like spouse abusing the shit out of her like Ray Rice. Okay? Like, you don't do that, man.
Who we lost to in Luck's
You got to take care of her.
Yeah, take care of her, man.
Yeah, another Joe Flacco team.
I think I've told this story.
Circle. Joe Flacco's back now.
I think I've told this story on here about I listened to an interview and Peyton wanted a platoon with Andrew Luck, basically. Like Peyton and I think Luck would do inside the 20s and Peyton would do the red zone and like the other team 0 to 20. And they would switch quarterbacks. Which I was like, I don't know if that's going to work. But you can
imagine if you had 2 years or at least 1 year more of Peyton and Andrew Luck sit behind Peyton. God almighty, imagine that.
I mean, it's not like they paid anybody else to do anything, so
that's true.
You can't make the financial argument. They didn't get fucking anybody to help him.
And they actually had to go hire a quarterback coach and an offensive coordinator for once.
Yeah, you could have removed 2 salaries and just had Peyton be that.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that now. Get rid of Steichen. Fuck. Do it like you did Jeff Saturday. Just bring Peyton in.
Just bring back Jeff Saturday.
This is gonna be the controversial take. He was not that awful. That team was just really bad.
It was pretty bad.
That team was bad.
Yeah.
But he was not. I wasn't super opposed to giving him another chance. We almost beat Philly.
Yeah, I mean,
I would have said like
Matt
maybe
Ryan
he's an
was
assistant coordinator or something.
Was jerky at that point.
Yeah,
he got Matt Ryan to run for a 40-yard touchdown, right? Was it like 40 yards?
It was like a 40 yards.
And what sucks is I've always liked Matt Ryan, and I was super excited when we got him.
Yeah.
And then I was not excited that we had him.
Suddenly it was like, oh.
I was.
I remember I was like talking myself into playoffs. I was like, if we get like Matt Ryan, like if we just get a shell, not even a shell, just like some of that old Matt Ryan.
Yeah, the former
we're
MVP,
going to the playoffs.
That didn't happen.
Yeah, that didn't work out. We had a better shot with Phillip Rivers and his 22 kids.
Yeah. Yeah,
should have gotten. I don't know why we didn't try and get Rodgers. I would have loved to get Rodgers.
You know, I don't know how Phillip Rivers found the time with his 23 kids. You know, having 24 children, that's a tough take. You know, 25 kids. I don't know how you focus on football with 26 of them. I'm just gonna keep going up.
He's got to be on 28 by now.
The dude's like Tyreek Hill, except with one baby mama.
Yeah, and he doesn't beat his kids either.
Oh, Jesus.
Did we know of? Fuck Tyreek Hill. Child beater.
Well, that's as good a spot as to end it.
Yeah. Fuck you, Tyreek Hill.
Fuck you, Tyreek Hill. Fuck you, Tom.
Fuck you, Tom Brady. We should end every show with fuck you, Tom Brady.
We're going to leave it there. Victory Monday, a couple days. I think we're going to drop another pod on Friday where we're previewing the Jacksonville Jaguar divisional game. So make sure you hit that like, share, subscribe so you don't miss any content. And as always, be good people for the Colts. For the shoe,
Colts, baby.
For the shoe.
Y'all be good people.